Election Duty, written by Shri N. J. Ravichandar, published in the year 2022. During his stint as an employee of the Accountant General's Office in Bengaluru, my maternal uncle M.D. Umapati often donned the presiding officer's hat while on election duty. He recounts that government employees on poll duty had to attend a briefing ritual at the BBMP headquarters at NR Square before an armed police escorted bus ferried them to the polling venue. Circa 1980, Uncle was allocated a government Urdu school near his residence for poll duty. My uncle, who helmed the team, had 3 polling officers, including a woman and 2 armed constables, to assist him. The officers on election duty were ordered not to leave their posts, but Uncle could not resist the urge to enjoy home cooked fare and the company of his dear ones. So, pleading to the cops to hold the front until his return the following morning, he took their leave and left. Rules forbid officers on poll duty from sneaking out of the camp, but many dared to throw the rule book out of the window. Uncle rushed back to join poll duty early morning, and so did the woman polling officer who had also abandoned her post the previous night. The 2 armed policemen did not let their guard down, staying awake all night, but the male polling officers caught a few winks. However, the candidates' acquaintances kept them in good humor, doling out a steady supply of food and tea. The freebies kept coming till they drew the poll curtains. As voting began and residents joined the serpentine queue in front of the polling booth, little did one expect a drama to unfold. The morning voting passed without incident, but the post lunch session threw up the unexpected. While the polling officers went about their job with quiet elan, Uncle strictly watched voters. When asked to disclose his identity, one teenager who came to cast his vote raised eyebrows and, blurting out the name of my sibling and uncle's nephew, Shri N. J. Gokulnath. When prodded further for his father's name and the place where he lived, the miscreant gave my dad's name and address. This lie was enough to nail him. Although he accepted his wrongdoing, the police held him in a closed room. As the afternoon wore on, a dozen other pranksters who tried to hoodwink the poll officials by casting fake votes got caught in the act. We believe miscreants used lime juice to erase the voting ink on their fingers to commit electoral fraud. Here is another episode that took place at the same venue and the same election. A resident going mutton shopping at the local market could not resist the temptation of making a fast buck and gleefully accepted a bribe of rupees 20 to vote for a regional party candidate. But this did not escape the eyes of the other contestants who quickly hauled him off to uncle. Finally, the voter admitted his folly, and the errant candidate got the stick too. In days of yore, the voters dropped the ballot papers in an open box. But adopting dubious means, including kidnapping candidates before the election, was par for the course. Without strict laws, the pranksters got away with a light punishment. Today, thanks to the technology, elections have been streamlined, resulting in faster counting of ballots, reducing the cost of counting billions of votes manually, and providing improved accessibility for disabled voters. Thank you very much. Now, some of the words and their meaning. During his stint as an employee of Accountant General's office in Bengaluru, stint means a fixed or limited period of time spent during a particular job or activity. My uncle often donned the presiding officer's hat while on election duty. Don means assume the position. He recounts the government employees on poll duty. Recount means to tell a story or describe an event. Before an armed police escorted a bus, ferried them to polling venue. Ferry means to transport people or goods in a vehicle. Circa 1980, uncle was allocated a government Urdu school. Circa means approximately. My uncle, who helmed the team, had 3 polling officers. Helmed means managed. Rules forbid officers on poll duty from sneaking out of the camp. Sneak means to go or do something secretly. So did the woman polling officer who had also abandoned her post. Abandon means to leave some place or something that you are responsible for. The 2 armed policemen did not let their guard down. Let guard down means to become less vigilant, to stop being cautious. However, the candidates' acquaintances kept them in good humor. Acquaintance means a person that you know but who is not a close friend. Doling out a steady supply of food and tea. Dole out means to give money or food or something else that can be divided to several people. While the polling officers went about their jobs with quiet elan, uncle strictly watched voters. Elan means a combination of style and energetic confidence or speed, especially in a performance or someone's behavior. When asked to disclose his identity, one teenager who came to cast his vote raised eyebrows by blurting out the name of my sibling. Blurt means say something suddenly and without careful consideration. Miscreant means a person who causes trouble or does something wrong or illegal. When prodded further for his father's name and the place where he lived, the miscreant gave my dad's name and address. Prod means to encourage to do something. This lie was enough to nail him. Nail somebody means to catch someone, especially when they are doing something wrong. As the afternoon wore on, a dozen other pranksters who tried to hoodwink the poll officials by casting fake votes got caught in the act. Hoodwink means deceive or trick. A resident going mutton shopping at the local market could not resist the temptation of making a fast buck and gleefully accepted a bribe of rupees 20. Gleeful means happy. But this did not escape the eyes of other candidates who quickly hauled him off to uncle. Haul means to take something or someone somewhere, especially by force. The errant candidate got the stick too. Get the stick means to be punished or reprimanded in some way. Physical violence is not involved. In days of yore, the voters dropped the ballot papers in an open box. Of yore means of a long time ago. But adopting dubious means, including kidnapping candidates before the election, was par for the course. Par for the course means what is normal or expected in any given circumstances. Thank you very much.